Vicky here with you, and we're Sunday, and technically I was supposed to do a lot of filming this week, and I was sure that I was going to get a lot of videos prepared ahead of time and everything, and I ended up spending the week cleaning my garage and reorganizing, and so that I could store more food to get ready for, you know, it's just regular prepping, so that should we be sick for God knows what reason, or if there's you know, storms or whatever that come, we would be okay. So I ended up spending the week doing that, and also doing some canning and some preserving, because that's what I do. But that means that I didn't get any videos done. So we're Sunday night, and I'm preparing my video for you guys. I'm hoping that you're gonna enjoy. I decided to do postcards today, and before we go into that, I just wanted to share with you something that I found at the dollar store. It was $1.25, which I think is a really good deal. And so it's at Dollard-des-ormeaux if you're in Canada, because I had to go for some containers and cleaning products and that sort of thing, because I try not to go out much, but you know, I went during the day where everybody's working. What happened here? Where everybody's working, so that not the weekend, and so there's less people obviously in the stores. So I just want to show you guys the pattern, because they're really pretty, and they were only $1.25, and I've seen that they've had some big 12 by 12 paper packs, but I think I've told you guys that this before. I try to stay away from them now, because the patterns are much bigger and I tend to not use them as much. So this one seemed great for birthdays and such, and it had like really bright colors and sparkly and stuff, and it's only $1.25 for 24 sheets, 6 by 6, so really good deal. Then there was this one, which was softer patterns, and I like that one so much that I bought 2 of this set. I just thought it was so pretty, so I got 2 of this one. And usually I try to avoid doing purchasing of multiples now, but I just thought it was so pretty. And then one of this one, which is really pretty as well, but it had more geometric pattern, so I wasn't sure I was going to use it as much as the softer one, but this one is really gorgeous. So yeah, I thought it was really good deal. It's 6 design, so it's 4 sheets per design, which is really good. So I wanted to share that with you guys first. So now, one of the things that I did for my cleaning purpose, I went through all my encyclopedias, and I'm tearing out the pages that I think I'm going to be using instead of keeping the entire book, because there's a lot of pages that don't speak to me, or the images I'll never use, and keeping the whole book, it takes a lot of room. So that's one of the projects that I did this week, was to go through it. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to do postcards, because I found some images that I thought was so pretty and so perfect, and I wanted to make a set of postcards to go into my Etsy store. So you will be finding these 5 postcards in my Etsy store if they haven't sold already, because I do give the first notification to my Patreons in case they're interested. So I'm just going to trim. I decided to do the full video, including the trimming and the preparing of the postcard, because I haven't done that in a while, and not everybody might know how to do it. So basically I just use a cereal box. So you saw me do 2 edges, 2 straight edges, because I want to make sure that 2 of my edges are straight when I'm doing this. And then I'm going to measure 6 inches, and I'm going to cut at 4. So my postcards are usually 6 by 4. And so I'm not sure I'll be able to use that one. Oh, actually I can. That's rare. Usually I don't make as many. So I was able to make 3 out of that paper, so I won't need this one. That's for sure. So I'll just do the same thing. Trim one edge so that it's straight. And then trim the other edge so that I know it's straight. And go with the 6. And then do 4 by 4. 4. So we'll have an extra one for another time. And I'll still stamp it now, just so that the next time around when I come to do postcards, I'm gonna have them all prepared. What I tend to do is I try to prepare a bunch of them ahead of time and stamp a bunch of them, so that the next time around I don't have to spend the time doing the stamping. It just makes, I find, my life easier doing it that way. But I mean, it's a question of choice and preference. Not everybody works the same way, and that's totally fine. So it's up to you guys how you want to do it. So this is a stamp that I purchased on Amazon. If you go and check out my Amazon storefront, I do get a little money out of that if you purchase using that link. Whatever you purchase doesn't mean that you have to purchase the stuff that I recommend, but it could be anything that you purchase through Amazon. It doesn't add any extra spending to you, but it does give me a little amount of money, and I really appreciate it because then I can buy supplies out of that. This is a penny black stamp. I've had it for quite a long time. I love that stamp so much. Obviously you don't need to use a stamp. You could do your postcard just by handwriting the postcard, but I just think that this really finishes it off nicely. So I'm going to be standing up to do this because I just find that it stamps a lot easier. And this is just an old mouse pad, which, you know, if you've got an old mouse pad, and instead of throwing it out, use it to do this. I just find that it gives a little extra it just makes it a little bit easier to stamp, and the image is crisper. So because I'm doing 5 postcards no matter what, I didn't put the timer because I just want to make sure I've got it set. Okay, so I'm gonna put one aside and keep these 5 here, and I'm just gonna put this away. And it's stained because I'm using archival ink, but I really don't mind. At least I know that I've used it a lot. It's probably one of my most used stamp, that and my my stamp with Crafting Vicky logo. Okay, so we've got all of these done. Now I'm gonna bring my little guillotine close by. Somebody mentioned in the last video the fact that, you know, my desk is all clean now. I don't have probably to put the guillotine on my lap. Actually, I ended up using the guillotine on my lap just because of habit, I guess. I'm just so used to doing it that way that I just, you know, do it this way anyway. Just have my water close by. Okay, so now what I was thinking of doing is I've got a lot of these folders because a year my team had all burgundy folders like this, so when we put them away there was a lot that were to be thrown out, and I was gifted them, so I figured let's use that as the color, the base color this time around. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and just going to tape all of them down and then go around with the scissors and trim the excess. I could trim it with the cutter if I wanted to. I might, I don't know, it's going to depend on how I feel about it. The thing is, with when you add the cardboard and the other, it just makes it very thick, and I find that my cutter doesn't always do a very good job at a nice clean edge. And because it's supposed to be 6 by 6, because those folders I had cut them 6 by 6 because that's usually the image that I do, the card size. It's pretty much all aligned. The fact that I put the glue gives me a little bit of wiggle time to play with the cardstock and place it a little bit better. And actually, it goes faster this way. This is just a little bit trimming. So here's got your base. So I'm going to do this for all of them, and I'm going to keep this piece because I'm going to be using it to line either the images if I can, or the sentiment, because I like doing it that way. And I'm going to be using some book pages as the background as well, just because it feels like it would be nice. And of course, I'm going to be doing the edge in black because I like to make it pop, as you know. It's just what I do. I use a lot of glue on the postcards because I don't know what they're going to be used for, and if whoever purchases them uses them to actually mail out, because they could totally be mailed out. So you want to make sure that, you know, it's not going anywhere and it's not going to come apart in the mail process. So that's the one thing that you want to make sure. So just align this like so. And as you can see, like, it's pretty much already 6 by 6. So I really don't have to do too much except this excess. And I find it's a lot easier with the scissors than with the guillotine. So a little edge in this one. But, right. So there's the second one. And when you're doing them in series, obviously you make yourself, it makes it a lot easier. Because you're repeating the same thing on all of them. Just, I find sometimes it just makes it a lot faster than if you're doing it one at a time. But putting the image though on top, that's going to be a one at a time process. Okay, so just align that. Like I said, just the glue allows you to have a little wiggle room if you need to adjust the cardboard. And what's great with this is that it's all recycled material. So it's recycled book, it's recycled cardboard, recycled folders. So you're reusing stuff, which I think is just such a great idea. I use cereal box because I find that it's the strongest. Like, it's just the perfect weight for what I want. But you could use other boxes depending on the type of products you use, obviously. My hands are getting gooey because of the glue. Perfect. Cover this off. Okay, and then this last one. Just want to wipe out my fingers because I don't want to put glue all over the cardboard. Really gooey. So just wipe that down. Okay. And here we go. So we've got all of our postcards prepared. Now I'm gonna be writing already my name because I tend to forget if I wait until the end of the video. So I'll just sit and stamp by Crafting Vicky. Okay, so all done. And now it's just a question of deciding how we're going to put the image and what type of image and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this one. So I really like. Just think she's really fun, especially with the fact that it's back to school in most places right now. Well, in North America anyway. I love summer so much and being outside. Swap to remove that little edge because it's not straight and it's gonna bother me. Okay, come on. Usually it does a better job than that. Okay. So that will be my image for this one. And then this one is a cute little girl that and boy that are drawing, which I think is also very precious and very fitting with this time of year. And that's going to go on that one. And then this one is a boy and I would think his father on their way to go fishing. It's funny because my son Gregory started going fishing this year and with his friends, which is very strange that he's taken such an interest in fishing, but it's kind of cool. And then there's these two, one of a dad with showing his son how to repair a bike, and this I'm going to put away because there's two images on here that are cool as well and that I can use in another series of postcard. And actually, let's do it this way because I would like to keep, I think this is kind of fun, the words on this. So I'm going to put this aside and that's a bin of my different words so that I can use it at a later date. I'm putting it away right away, so this way it's not lost and I use it. And here we go. So this on that and that one on that one. Now, for now I can put this aside. I usually just open up a drawer to one of my cabinets and store stuff on top, so this way it's easier for me. Okay, so this one I would probably put like that. This one maybe like this. Actually, before we do that, let's just edge everything in black. So I'm going to be using the big Sharpie that I had gotten from Marty. And this way I also cover the cardstock so that it's not brown anymore at the edge, which I think is better looking. Just feels more finished to me. But I mean, that's a question of preference. You can do whatever you like. And then the last one. Here. And then this one. Okay, so we've got all the edges done. So now we can actually decide how we're going to do this. So this one is going to be that way. Then this one is also going to be this way because it's a big image. So I'm going to do it like that. And then this one maybe like this. This one kind of like that. And this one like this. Or like that. Okay, so kind of like this. Now, one of the things that I'm going to want to do is put a bit of this book paper. Just going to tear 5 pieces. And I want to have a piece that's like the text is the full thing and not one that has a something in the middle, so that it's easier to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my book is getting pretty good and done. This was from the inside of a Reader's Digest book that I had done as a journal, and I kept it for the inside because it was all nicely yellowed, so it was perfect for this type of thing. So now I'm just gonna kind of tear it because, you know, I don't like straight edges. I wanted straight edges for these, but not for this. And I kind of need to make sure that I put it for the right size. Do something like that. Now I have to decide if I'm going to want to put the image on that on cardstock, or if I just want to leave it as it is. I'm not quite sure yet. This just needs a little bit more trimming. So I'll decide with one, and once I've decided, then I can use that for all of them. This one could be just centered like that. Sorry if I'm tearing the paper off camera. Okay, so here we go. Whoops. Okay, so like that. I really like that look. Like I said, I'm not sure because of the fact that the images are so gray. I'm not sure that I want to put the paper. I think for the sentiment, yes, but probably not for the image. But I don't know. you're hearing my husband in the background. He's making a lot of noise. When he gets in the house, he's just like yeah, singing and talking to the dogs and the cat, and just making a lot of noise in general. Yeah, you're making a lot of noise.
Oh, sorry.
He's like, huh? What? Hmm? Okay, so like that, and then one last one. Like that. I just need to tear a little bit more. Now, one thing too that I thought I was going to do is put some distress inks on the edge of the book page, but now that too I'm wondering if I want to do at all, because I kind of like how, you know, like how it looks. So I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And I'm not sure if I want to put the sentiment, because if I was putting white, then I would want to put the sentiment on top of that. But because if I go with black, then I think it might actually look better without doing anything. So I think one thing I'm gonna do is just edge my images with a bit of black. Just so, whoa, just like that. Just edge it. Just because this way it pops a bit more. And you know, this is going to bother me, so just going to do that. And this is not the best pen to do this with, because it doesn't have a bezel edge, so it makes it harder. I don't mind that it's not totally like equal, but I don't want a big glob of it on my image. Of course I could do with distress ink, but it's not going to do like the full, it's not going to do the same thing. This just removes any of the paper cut. Like when you cut the paper, it leaves like the inside of the paper, and if the line is not perfect, it also covers that up. So I think just with that, and a black sentiment might be just perfect. And I kind of like seeing them all laid out together. This way it's easier for me to make sure that the set is cohesive. Okay, so like that. Okay, so we've got all 5 of them prepared. I think this one with the father and the son, I think I want to put this one collect beautiful moments, because I think that's a really good one for that one. Today is full of possibilities. Could be this one, unless I find something else, but if it's not that one, it could go with this one. There's so many good ones. Ordinary people can do extraordinary things, I think would go well with this one, because it has, they were fixing a bike. I just want to make nice things. Could go with this one, with the little girl and boy making a picture. Or in live, create, and tell a story. Could go with either one of these. Okay, so we've got all our sentiments. And I'm actually not going to be using more of this, so I could put that away. And I'll have it on my lap. Same thing with my guillotine, I can put it away. And I can start gluing this together and putting the whole thing together. Okay, so I'm gonna just put that aside. So I want to make sure that I get all the way to the edges. Actually, let me do this here. So this way I get to the edge. Fold this and do the same thing for the rest. Okay. And then this one is going to do today's full of possibilities. So I don't think I want to cut it, so I think I'm just going to put it straight as is. Usually I cut it, but I think it's just going to be perfect this way. And I put more glue on it just because I want to make sure that it sticks and it doesn't lift up, because sometimes stickers will lift up. Sorry about that. Put my image just like so. So today is full of possibilities. So that's the first one. And then the next one, images, and big one. Oh. And this one I'm going to use the, just want to make nice things, and I'm going to split the sentiment. The image is smaller and I want it just do the same thing here. Whoops. A bit too much glue. Okay, like that. So here's the next card. And then let's get this one done. There. Sorry, my husband just walked by with a ladder, and I don't know what he's doing, but yeah. And here we go. And this one, ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And here we go. So ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And then we've got this one. Let's do both at the same time. This might be a lot easier, and I won't waste that side of the paper when I'm gluing. I'm putting glue everywhere. I think I put it, oh shoot, put it the wrong way. Actually, it could look quite cool. Yeah, it's actually going to look cool with the fact that it has the image on there, so I'm just going to go for it. And not waste it. Oops. That's one done. And then for the next one, Alright, so I've got both ready. Put this one down. And then put this one down. Okay, so put that aside before I make a mess and put glue everywhere, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Oh. Like this, and then this one, I'm going to put it in the center here. Don't need this anymore. Okay, so here we go. And then we just need to put the sentiments on it. So this one is going to be live, create, tell a story. Tell the story, I should say. And it's going to go right there underneath it. Perfect. And then this one is going to say collect beautiful moments, which I think is just so fitting with this image. I don't know what it is, but I just find it so sexy and so beautiful to see a dad with his son. There's just something about that. So those are all 5, and like I said, they'll be in my Etsy store if they haven't been sold already. And that is it for me. Have a fabulous week. Hope you all stay safe, and that's it. Bye everyone.